Hello everyone and welcome to Past the Post. My name is Michael Ados and we're going to go to the very best of horse racing, especially here in the UAE this week. We only had the 2 meetings, but we will get very excited about those. We kicked things off in Al-Ain, which had a septet of races, all pure Arabian affairs. First up, we had a handicap for 0 to 85 rated sorts, 4-year-olds and up over 2,000 meters on the dirt. This was worth 70,000 dirhams. These 4-year-olds and up went to post, and it was a pretty one-sided affair in the end as Tarweej, with Bernardo Pinheiro for Saeed Al-Shamsi, won pretty decisively by 4 lengths in the end. Lugo de la Garde was behind for Ibrahim Al-Hadrami, while Os, the old stayer, was back in third.
Tarweej hits the lead now, leading by a length to Taka du Soleil. Out deeper, Sabir presents with Jalad Al-Khaladir and Ludo de la Garde. It's up in front, Tarweej who hits the front. Tarweej now 2 lengths in advance of Ludo de la Garde. Up on the outside, Sabir tries to run on. Os also coming from the back with Jalad Al-Khaladir. It's Tarweej though, still with enough at bay. He didn't want to get around to the gates here, but he looks like he'll be the first one home. 2.5 lengths here to Ludo de la Garde, who can't do any more. Tarweej is all out up in front, but Tarweej is going to go all the way. Tarweej, nice performance. 4 lengths from Ludo de la Garde. Os runs into 3rd position. Sabir, Hakka du Soleil, 4th and 5th.
The second race of the evening was a handicap for 0 to 75 rated 4-year-old and up UAE breds. These purebred Arabians were on that dirt course worth 70,000 of 9 furlongs. Tony Gamel continued his great season so far, this time with Mukalad, winning with Sam Hitchcock. Murhib Al-Wathba was back in second with Sam Legree for Eric Legree. And winding out the top 3 was Mobadir with Marcelino Rodriguez and Kay Saboud. The final margin of victory for Mukalad was 1.25 lengths.
Mobadir and Rouhani pair away here as they swing into the bend. Iyas Hadid close enough. Mukalad out now. Al Sanad the same, also presenting out wider. Up on the inside, Murhib Al-Wathba continues to close. It's Rouhani the leader. Mobadir still there as well. Up on the outside, Baja presents with Mukalad. Al Sanad grinding away wider. And Murhib Al-Wathba the far side rail. It's Mukalad though, who's picking up out wider from Murhib Al-Wathba. Mobadir working through the inside, still Baja, but it's Mukalad. Mukalad inside the final 100 metres, up to the outside of Murhib Al-Wathba, who tries to stick on. Mobadir has done very well to hold on for 3rd, but it'll be all Mukalad. Mukalad comes away to win 1.5 lengths from Murhib Al-Wathba.
The third race of the evening was a conditions affair for 4-year-olds and over purebred Arabians on that dirt course, 85,000 on the line, over 9 furlongs or 1,800 meters. This one saw the return of Group 1 winner Hayab Al-Zaman, but he would be upset in the end by just about a neck by RB French Dude. Returning to form, this Group 1 winner himself looked really good in the process under Hamid Al Busaidi for Halal Al-Alawi. Hayab Al-Zaman was back in second with Namir, rounding out the top 3 with Suesta de Sousa in the Wathba colours.
Tayab El-Zaman, he's first up here as well, but a winner of this race last year. Comes to the lead by a couple of lengths. Up on the inside, Indies Day goes with him. Namir presenting up to the centre of the course here with RB French Dude. Hayab El-Zaman should have something to offer here on the back end. He's still a length clear of RB French Dude. Namir sneaking up the fence. It's Hayab El-Zaman, he's under pressure now. Namir working through and grinding away with RB French Dude. It's Hayab El-Zaman from RB French Dude and Namir. RB French Dude gets to the outside of Hayab El-Zaman. They go to battle here. RB French Dude in front and gets there. RB French Dude ahead to Hayab El-Zaman.
The fourth race of the evening was a maiden affair for sophomores, purebred Arabians on the dirt, 70,000 and over 1,600 meters. Ba'id, with Ray Dawson for Ibrahim Al-Hadrami, continued his great season in that yard, finishing 1-2 in the process with Hadrami-trained Abi Tahan in second, under Abdulaziz Al-Balushi. Diabet Benuna rounded out the top 3 for Sandra Pava and Saif Al-Marar.
Ba'id comes up to the outside of Dabiat by Nuna, and he comes to an easy lead here, but still has a lot of straight to cover. Ba'id, a narrow advantage on Sabig. Then came Dabiat by Nuna, running down the outside, A.B. Tahan, working alongside Rama. Ba'id getting further in front here at the 250. Dabiat by Nuna continuing on with it. A.B. Tahan continues on to run well. He looks the threat. Up in front, Ba'id still holds an advantage here of 3 lengths on A.B. Tahan, who's grinding away, but Ba'id will do enough. He looked the winner at the corner and goes away to win by 3.5. AB Tahan second over from Derby at Bainuna. Fourth across was Zakir.
The fifth race of the night was a maiden for 4-year-old up UAE breds. These purebred Arabians were running for 70,000 dirhams, also over that 1,600 meter or 1 mile distance. The Yas Racing colors of His Highness Sheikh Mansour went 1-2 here, with Safia AW winning for Abdulaziz Al-Balushi and Majid Al-Jahouri. Eric Legree trained Rasik Al-Wathwa was back in second for First of Susa, another 11 lengths back in this dominant victory by Safia AW. SW Al-Wahid was back in third for Ty Gaucher and Mohammed Al-Mansouri.
Safia AW is out by a dozen lengths as he comes into the straight. And the rider takes a little bo peep over the shoulder and says, oh, I'm going to race of my own here. He's got to keep up the gallop, though. Up on the inside now, Rasik Al-Wathba makes chase, along with Al Mohib. Leader getting a little bit tired and weary at the 350. Up in front, Safia AW getting on tired legs. Half a dozen clear now of the only threatened challenger, Safia AW. Is Rasik Al-Wathba, but look at him, Safia AW put the race to bed nice and early here, still 10 lengths in advance of Rasik Al-Wathba. You could have turned the tally off here in the early stages of the race. This result was pretty much made up 100 metres in. Comes clear to win. Safia AW as clear as you like. Goes on to win well from Rasik Al-Wathba, Al Mohib third over and fourth Mutamasik.
A maiden affair followed race 6 on the evening. For 4-year-olds and upward, purebred Arabians 70,000 on the line over 1,400 meters or 7 furlongs. DH Al-Bahar gave Saif Al-Marar and Sandra Peva another win together this season. Al-Nair was back in second for Saif Al-Balushi and Khalifa Al-Niyadi, 3 1/4 lengths behind, while Jules Mobian and Suhail Al-Mazroui's AF Yawarfrath was back in third.
Al-Bahar takes up a lead of half a length here from up on the outside. Jubran in second, getting a good run of it up the inside was Sharma. Out wide was Barik. Then came Yorifref running on from back in the field, along with Guryon, who's making inroads the inside, just looking for a way clear. Then came Al-Naya, widest of all, Muzaffar de Monlau. Up in front is Al-Bahar, goes to the lead here and takes over by a quarter, 2 or so lengths here from up into second position. Now Al-Naya, then came up on the outside Yorifref, but Al-Bahar's controlled it from the front, and Al-Bahar's going to come away to win. Al-Bahar by 3 lengths beats home Al-Naya. Yorifref rattled home in 2 to make it potentially interesting for second position.
And the nightcap at Al-Ain was won by Jamra SB, winning this 4-year-old and up dirt affair worth 70,000 over the straight 5 furlongs, and you know they love to finish the evening with those quick affairs. Namrud was back in second for Kareem Ramadan, while AF Munafea was back in third for KS Aboud. Ray Dawson was aboard for the victory, another win on the night for him.
It's Jamra SB who's over on the 300 in a narrow lead now and hits the lead and comes clear by a length to Zafrana, who's into the next position there. Working forward is Namrud. Munafaya continues with it. It's Jamra SB, though, who's got them at bay at the moment, trying to stave off the challengers. Jamra SB's coming to the line here, and Jamra SB's going to do enough. Jamra SB, photo second. Namrud's run out of his skin into second position here.
The following day, on Saturday afternoon, we go up the hill at Jebel Ali for 7 races. First up, we had the only purebred Arabian fair on the day, which was a maiden for 4-year-olds and upward, UAE breds over 1,200 meters or that straight 6 furlongs up the hill, 50,000 dirhams on the line. Kais Aboud and Bernardo Pinheiro got the silver and black silks of Khalifa Al-Nabuda across the wire first for AF Amar. Al-Mutamatter was back in second for Khalifa Al-Niyadi, while Ibrahim Al-Hadrami's Yaboob was in third.
Al-Mutamatter with the nose in front of the 200-metre peg, coming up here into the final part of the race, and good challenging from Amar over on the far side, who gets his measure now. Amar now a half length, now a length, 2 lengths going away from them now. Amar comes clear to win, and it's Amar who's going to come down to score for Kais Aboud. 3 lengths on the line from Al-Mutamatter.
The first thoroughbred race of the weekend was the second race on the day. This was the 2nd of December stakes sponsored by Ashfar Investments Daim Incentive Race, a maiden affair for thoroughbreds, 3-year-olds and upwards, 72,000 on the line, and over 1,400 meters. Ahmed bin Harmish continued his great season along with Connor Beasley, this time with Spy Kingdom, a son of Kitten's Joy out of Hidden Message, who won nicely by 8.5 lengths. Casino Bay was back in second for Bupat Seymour and Ty Gaucher, while Habal Salam was back in third for Osama Rafai and Danny Tudhope.
It's Wraithy coming back to them here, but still yet to be felt for at the moment. What's Wraithy got left in the tank here? The 3-year-old colt by McKinsey. Up to the outside, Spy Kingdom presents with Casino Bay. The Bupat Seema runners are pouncing, and Ahmed bin Hamish's runner Spy Kingdom comes to the lead here from Casino Bay. Hobble Salam, Wraithy getting in further in front now as they come up the straight, though, is Spy Kingdom, and Spy Kingdom's coming away, the 3-year-old gelding by Kitten's Joy. Half a dozen lengths to Casino Bay. Hobble Salam runs across. Spy Kingdom does it easy. Spy Kingdom by 6 or 7 beats Casino Bay. Hobble Salam, Wraithy 4th.
The next race up was the 54 Stakes and Conditioned Affair for 2-year-olds. These are some promising sorts, including Group Place Donde Fermo coming in from South America. But in the end, it was a first-time starter, a well-bred son of Gunrunner winning Duke of Imatan. Richie Mullen aboard for Masalba Al-Mahari, continuing the leading trainer's big season. Final margin of victory back is 2.5 lengths to Donde Fermo in second, while Bashir was in third for the home team of Michael Costa.
As Donde Fermo heads to the bottom of the rise here, 500 metres left to go, and he's travelling into the rise strongly here now. He comes out clear by 3 lengths to Mr. Hyro, Gold Sterling. Next there was Kado, followed by Duke of Amartin, and up on the centre of the course here was Bashir. Donde Fermo coming back to them. Margin now 2 lengths from up on the inside, far side running rail. Duke of Amartin now starting to get on level terms here. Donde Fermo, he's running on vapours here at the 100-metre mark. Duke of Amartin over on the far side with the fitness edge coming past him here. And Duke of Amartin going to come away to win this by a couple. Duke of Amartin goes on to win, beats home Donde Fermo in second.
He showed a lot of ability there.
Yeah, look, I liked him sort of. I trialled him about a month back in behind one of Musaba's other ones. It was about 8 lengths in front of him. They showed a lot more speed, but there was a lot to like about him that day. He was just big, raw, you know, typical gun runner. As you well know, they take a bit of time to come to their own, and he was a bit on the back foot early in the trial. Obviously, that's only over 5 furlongs, but he came home good, and he gave me a nice feel on the gallop out, which I thought, oh yeah, you know, this will be all right going forward. A little bit concerned, obviously, today, the 1400, but after the first 2 races, the way the track was riding, you know, like I said to Maria, I said it could actually suit this fella because it's riding a bit on the deep side.
He stays all day.
He stays all day, and he's a little bit into it, slow into stride. And I went to drop him in behind Tig, and he was a bit like he was in the trial. He was a bit on the back foot looking. I just thought the rail's there. He's a big baby. Let him have something to look at and run along, and it'll help him. But you know, even at the 4, I could see we'd got past the main group, and I had the winner or the leader of Julio's in our sights, and I just thought I was a kind of a length and a half behind him, and I don't like hitting 2-year-olds first up, but I just give him a little backhand to say, right, this is what it's about, and I knew he switched and went, and I knew I'd got after him. When I was a half a length down, I thought I had him in stride, and like the rest, I was just sort of waving him, just keeping him up to his work, but I knew the one thing he would do was get home up that hill strongly, and yeah, look, he's a horse, I think in time, you probably won't see him over 1400 again, but probably the next step is 1600, but I think, you know, even not this year, maybe in beyond in his later career, he'll be sort of a 2-turn, 2,000-metre horse for sure.
One of the most competitive races of the afternoon was race 4. This is a handicap for not to 80 rated thoroughbreds, 86,000 on the line, over a straight 5 furlongs, a bold sprint up the hill called the 7 Emirates Sprint Stakes. Sarim on paper looked like one of the competitive sorts, but not one of the favorites, going off at 9.5 to 1, but that did not stop Patrick Dobbs and Doug Watson from eking out this victory with a well-timed lunge at the end. Indicate, the top weight in the race, finished second, while on the way his stablemate from the Salam Bigadare yard was back in third.
La Karama who leads the way here with up on the centre of the course, Indicate, Sarum, Royal Correspondent starting to get warm here, Malhoof's on the back foot, Arabian Angel the far side rail, it's Indicate the leader, Indicate still in front here from up on the near side here, running on well, Split the Prophet, then came La Karama, Sarum, as they come to the straight here, it's going to be a boil over in race number 4, up in front, Indicate, Sarum late, photo, Sarum maybe.
A relieved 8-time champion trainer Doug Watson here, sitting with a horse in Sarim who's been knocking on the door a bit, improving recently.
Yeah, he was just, he ran on his nerves all last year, was just a bit high-strung, and he's really settled in nicely. Stuart Russell does a nice job with him in the morning, and just settling in. So, nice sound horse. I can see a couple more wins in the future. So it was really nice to see how he battled. That would be minimum trip for him. So, but he does have speed, and I think he'd even get up to 7 furlongs. So we can play around with him a little bit and try to get a couple more wins this season.
Last time at Meydan, he definitely probably showed you a bit that he was leaning toward this kind of a run.
Yeah, that Meydan track is so deep, and we don't train on it. So to see him run like he did the first time compared to the rest of our horses that have run over there was pretty encouraging. So we were looking forward to today.
Mentally, looks like he's maturing as well. I know he's a bit of a project.
Yeah, no, he's a bit of a lad, as they say, but he's training much better this year, more relaxed, and like I said, Stuart's done a nice job with him, and hopefully he can win a couple more.
The fifth race of the evening was the Union Day Stakes, sponsored by Commercial Bank of Dubai. This is a handicap for not 275 rated thoroughbreds, 80,000 on the line, over 1,950 meters, or about 9 3/4 furlongs, a stiff and longest test at Jebel Ali. Salim Bigadei's yard continues to run well, this time with Exculpation getting it done under Bernardo Pinheiro for Salim Bigadeir and the His Highness Sheikh Hamdan colours. Run with the Cash was back in second for Osama Rafai and Connor Beasley, while Fall of Rome rounded out the top three for Zabil and Ty Gaucher. The final margin of victory was 3/4 of a length.
As the race starts to take shape here, they swing the up halfway up the running here, 500 to go. Fall of Rome leads from Exculpation. Run with the Cash under a ride. Mekdam gone. Passed by Nova Roma. Sudden Ambush. Then came Nature Watch, followed by Gun Crew. Up in front, taking over is Exculpation. Gives a Fall of Rome a bit of a challenge here as they start to climb the rise here. 220 from home. Up on the outside is Run with the Cash. Not gone and done with yet. Exculpation still leads. Has Fall of Rome's measure at the moment. Exculpation still leading, coming up the rise. Run with the Cash here is going to be making a late dive. Exculpation's going to do enough. Exculpation half a length. Run with the Cash, Fall of Rome, Sudden Ambush 4.
The really good season so far for Bernardo Pinheiro continues. Exculpation for the home team. Looked like he made you work coming up the hill there, but got it done.
Yeah, he's a big horse, long stride. The plan in the beginning was to lead. I got a little bit more speed in my outside, so I was happy to see the second, take his time. And yes, he's a big, long stride horse. I have to move him early, but he's a horse that never give up. I know him very well, and I'm happy the winner for the team.
Seems to suit this course really well. Like you said, big, long stride, has that long stretch ahead of him.
Yeah, he's a horse that won with me here last season. And then we tried to rush him a bit to get into the Derby in Meydan, but was a bit rush for him. He's a big horse. As a 2 years old, he just need times. This season, I was expecting good for him, but again, because he's big, he takes a while to get into the right fitness for win. Today I was happy to jump on him after he got 2 runs in his belt. And yes, as he said, he loved this horse, this long straight, and the hill just helped him.
A handicap for 75 to 100 rated sorts, 120,000, the richest race on the day, and over 9 furlongs was up next. And the lightest weight in the field, Mashcore, went to the front and never looked back under Richie Mullen for Marwan Albadei. Warhawk, the big favorite, was back in second, while Mount Kosciuszko rounded out the top 3. Richie Mullen got his second win of the day in the process and continued a nice resurgence after having an unfortunate breakdown to end his last season.
They swing Tubu corner, and Mashcore now gets away from Gold Spur, the margin a length and a half. 750 metres left to go. Arabic Legend hasn't spent a penny on the inside and starts to creep forward. Lasso Dude works out. Aragon Castle is buried away on the inside with El Raed. Warhawk looking for room. Stormy Ocean next from Mount Kosciuszko and Secret State. It's Mashcore who leads the way now from Lasso Dude, who's under a ride. Arabic Legend, Gold Spur, Aragon Castle needing a run along with El Raed. Then came Mount Kosciuszko out wider. It's Mashcore, the leader, now swallowed up by Lasso Dude. Then came Arabic Legend, El Raed, looking for the run through the fence and gets it. Mashcore still leading from Lasso Dude. Mashcore's found a little bit more here. Mashcore from Lasso Dude, El Raed hemmed away, and Mount Kosciuszko. Mashcore's going to stave them all off. Mashcore a length. Warhawk second over. Mount Kosciuszko third.
Mashcore came in light on the weights, but was not underestimated. A lot of people knew you had a shot in this race, especially you, Marwan. This is a horse that he's kind of always been underrated and always delivered.
Yeah, I mean, he's training well in the morning. He is underrated, but I was a bit worried about his first run. But him carrying the least weights in the race benefited him, and I'm very glad that it turned out that way. He was a bit more fitter than I anticipated. So yeah, it's a good run.
You had to be confident once you saw him grab the bit early and it seemed comfortable on the front end.
Yeah, I knew once if he was with the group in the bend, I knew that he might run very well.
At what point coming up the hill did you know you had it?
No point. No point. Yeah, I mean, it's a tough field and a lot of big names with me, and all of the big trainers are with me in the same race. And in the 400, I thought that he was a little bit tired, but he kept fighting when he saw horses coming next to him, and he is a fighter.
And the final race of the evening was a handicap for 0 to 85 rated 3-year-old and upward thoroughbreds, 90,000 on the line, over 1 mile around that tight bend and up the big straight. This time it was once again Richie Mullen completing a treble on the day. Musab Al-Mahari got another win on the weekend as well, this time with the Ice Phoenix. Having a wide trip all the way around, he was kept to task and won well by 3.5 lengths as much the best. Our line improved markedly for Doug Watson and Patrick Dobbs into second, while Diamond Dealer, one of the big favorites, was back in third for Tygo Shea and Bupet Seymour.
Into the straight they come, 700 from home here, and it is up in front, Inner Peace, who leads from Yawale, who now creeps closer. He's done a bit of work and sat wider. The Ice Phoenix travels up strongly. XL Power next from Arlan. Diamond Dealer ridden along. Up in front it is Inner Peace from the Ice Phoenix. XL Power, Yawale still there. Still with an advantage though is Inner Peace as they start to climb the hill now from the Ice Phoenix. XL Power, Yawale fourth, Diamond Dealer fifth. The Ice Phoenix takes over. The Ice Phoenix now hits the lead here from XL Power. Running on through the field was Arlan. He's got a good gust of speed as he comes into the straight here and comes up the hill, but it's going to be the Ice Phoenix. Richard Mullen, Musab Al-Mahari go 3 on the bounce. Nice day for them. 4 lengths on the line from Arlan, Diamond Dealer, XL Power 4.
Now let's look at the championship standings here in the UAE. Among the owners, His Highness Sheikh Mansour's Yas Racing has the lead with 10 victories, adding 1 this week. His Highness Sheikh Ahmed bin Rasha Al Maktoum is in second with 1 victory, coming up to 8. Al Sail is back in third, also with 8, having 5 victories this weekend. His Highness Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed Al Maktoum has 3 victories. And Al Laith Racing is back in 5th, having a 50% strike rate with a 3-for-6 record. Among the trainers, Musab Al-Mahari's Oasis Stables got 2 wins this weekend and now has a 10-8 lead over Michael Costa. Ibrahim Al-Hadrami has tied Michael Costa, but has less seconds, so is back in third, 6-4 between the two. Bupet Seymour is holding steady in 4th place with 7 victories. And Tony Gamel got another victory on the week for Al Sail, but now has 6 on the year. Among the jockeys, defending champion Sylvester de Souza has a 12-10 lead over Bernardo Pinheiro, who had 3 victories to go up to 10. Ray Dawson also has 10 victories and back in third. Connor Beasley has 8, and Richie Mellon, with 4 victories on the weekend, has 8 as well. And last but not least, we will take a look at the Japan Cup, which always has a big influence on the Shima Classic. That happened on Sunday as one of the biggest races in the world on grass.
As they get to the 1,000-meter mark, and it still leads out by 8 lengths. And that's Sayun Hades, but is really shortening stride. Running second, Ho Ho Biscuits. Starting to take off Sunrise Earth, and that free runner is on the outside of them. Then comes Cosmo Caranda, followed by Quadanor, who's starting to click up. Then Shin Emperor, Deep Monster, well back Tastiera. Masquerade Ball with work to do. Calandigan's 3 wide going on with Danon DeSalle the inside. Danon Beluga well back in the run and under pressure at the moment. On the inside is Yoho Lake and Struve, and wider out starting to pick up at the moment Justin Palace. The 400-meter mark, they're shortening stride but running on now. Here comes Quadanor and Calandigan is joining in. Big strides, Calandigan coming with Masquerade Ball. Masquerade Ball. Calandigan is dead in front, but Masquerade Ball is kicking. Masquerade Ball the inside. Calandigan the outside. Head bobbing to the line. They hit the line, and maybe Calandigan's won it from Masquerade Ball. Danon DeSile's third. Grafar and Mikhail Barcelona and the Aga Khan taking out the Japan Cup. The 20-year hoodoo has been broken.
Now let's look at what's coming up this week. It is a full board, a big weekend of racing here in the UAE. First up, we have Al-Ain on December 4th. Then we have Meydan, including the listed Al Garhoud Sprint. The very next day on Saturday, we have the HH the President Cup Day, including the 8 million Durham Group 1 affair for the Arabians. And last but not least, we have Sharjah on Sunday. We thank you for tuning in and hope to see you here next week on Past the Post. My name is Michael Adolphson. May all your photo finishes be winning ones.